do this live, and yeah, apparently the I don't have a plugin on my computer for it, even though I downloaded it. I went through all the steps for the last hour. It's not working, but I did run the raffle. I was gonna do it on my phone live, and the glasses got a minute later on them. I was gonna do the raffle live with my phone, because I downloaded one of those, random name generator thingy dingies, and I did. I randomly generated the name, and the winner of the real rod and reel is Knives Works. I will comment on your post on my video where you chimed in, and I'll give you 72 hours, and I'll tell you where to go. Give me your address and information. If you don't contact me within 72 hours, I'll raffle it off again, and hopefully my computer will work for my live this time. Bear with me, people. I suck at all this stuff. I'm horrible. But yeah, the rod and reel was won by Knives Works. Knives Works. Like I said, I will go and find you in the video comment section on my video, and I will let you know that you won. And yeah, so I'll give you 3 days to get back to me, and if you don't, I will raffle it off again to the next guy, and I'll take you off the list. No hard feelings, just you know. Um, yeah, but other than that, man, not a whole lot going on. Actually, it's like as soon as I said the name, people, the viewership went down. Like shit, I didn't win. Oh well, sorry guys, but who knows? You might still win if the guy don't get back to me within a couple of days. I'll give it to you maybe. But yeah, I know I got. I think Jody's on here. Is you not still? I hear some music playing over there. And yeah, it's funny. My video's playing back in my ear. I heard this. That sounds like me. Um, Nobody's commented so far, but yeah, Knives Works is the name of the guy who won the rod and reel. So 72 hours. Get back to me. I'm gonna comment here. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. That way I don't go to sleep and forget because I got a bunch of crap to do tomorrow. Go to my channel. Slide that over a little bit. We're gonna go to videos. And we're gonna pause that. Now I gotta go through all these names here and find the dude who won. But like I said, don't worry, you might still win it because, got a couple days to get back to me. If not, then all right. Still looking for him, can't find him here. Hey, so let's see here. Man, a lot of people commenting on this. I should have went on like one of my friends' websites on Facebook and done the raffle through them. I hate things that feel like work. This feels like work. Where you at, homeboy? Knives Works. Where you go? Yeah, I was gonna go live on the computer and then do the raffle on my phone. But like I said, for some reason, I went through all this crap to download the plugin software so I can go live on YouTube on my computer. And then, yeah, it didn't work. From Russia with love. St. Petersburg. Yeah, that's a ways off. Is it summer or winter there right now? Whenever I think Russia, I think very, very, very cold. Dang, where did you go? I have to put my glasses back on. I can't read. I can't see nothing. Can't see nothing, man. Where'd you go, homie? I don't see you. Go outside and get trick or treats. Man, I'm fat. I don't need trick or treats. I have a sugar problem as it is. I'm starting to wonder if I might be diabetic because of all the sugar I've been eating lately. I feel like hammered dog crap just about every day anymore, and it's from bad diet. Way too much sugar in my diet. And I don't have kids, otherwise I'd take my kids out trick or treating. There he is. Nice work. Cold winter, but hot summer. How hot of a summer do you guys have in Russia? I've never looked up the daily high temperatures in Russia. I got Google right here. I can do it. Let's see. No, I don't want to do that. Daily high summer. Peter. I have a feeling you're probably going to answer me with Celsius. Oh, wow. So your summertime temperatures only get up to 73 and your average is around 69? That's a cool summer, man. I mean, it don't sound bad, but I'm sure your winters are rough. That is one mild summer. 83, rarely exceeding 83 degrees Fahrenheit in the summertime in St. Petersburg. That's pretty wild. Dang. All right. So you wonder rod and reel, homeboy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Thank you, Dimby. Dimby. All right. So, yeah, replying back to the winner of the rod and reel here. To reply. I got a bunch of I got the orientation lot, but I'm repairing a bunch of well, not rods, but I'm repairing a bunch of reels right now. Some of my Abu Garcias are, 10, 14, 15 years old and have not been cleaned, and some of them never. And they still work, but they're kind of getting a little rough. The line counters still work on most of them, which is shocking. I've had some other brand reels where the line counter stopped working after just a couple months. And, pretty wild that these reels are as old as they are and still perform the way they do. It's a testament to how timeless the design of Abel Garcia reels are. Amazing. Just amazing is what it is. It amazes me. Yep. Doing a little Earl there. Get some Earl down in that bearing there. Ricky Arrow, what is up, my brother? Doing a little reel maintenance here. The quest never stops. Actually taking a road trip this weekend, Ricky. Somehow, some way, I'm not booked at all this weekend. I had a cancellation for Saturday. I thought I had a Sunday booked this week. But turns out my Sunday's not booked until next week, and my Friday ghosted me, so I don't have any trips this weekend. I'm thinking road trip. Probably gonna go to the Savannah River chain there. I'm gonna go hit the easy button, go fish my lake, see what up out that way. You know, to me, it's like the closest place within driving distance that still has potential for a 30 plus pounder to this area of Georgia. So that's where I'm gonna go. I don't really have the time to go to Tennessee and go exploring, but plus I don't know, man. It's been so long since I've been to Tennessee. A lot of the things that I used to do up there are kind of different. I know Melton Hill really isn't the same anymore. I fished a river above Melton Hill below Norris, and from what I told, that's not really a sure thing anymore to go catch any kind of big ones. I mean, they're still there, but not too much. I fished a Holston before, but I don't think I've ever really went up there this time of year. So I don't know what to do there. So I'll just go out, go east, bring some shad, maybe get some trout, go pool. Maybe I'll pull the evening and fish into the. I'll fish the evening with bait, and then when it gets too dark, I'll reel them up and do what I do best. Start throwing some big plugs at some reef markers and stuff like that. I don't know. Just got to get away from Lake Lanier for a day. Gets old fishing Lake Lanier every day. I mean, I love the place, but I'm happy we have some decent fish again. But I really feel like our potential for 30 pounders kind of dipped a little bit this year, considering how few big fish have been caught this year. But I don't want to talk too loudly. I kind of depend on the lake for revenue now. So look at that, man. 14 years old, man. Listen how smooth that is. Man. Put a little Earl in there. Listen to that. Whew, that's nice. Yes, I do agree with everybody. Shimano Takotas, they're beautiful. Shimano line counters are really, really nice. Daiwa line counters are really, really nice. Thing that makes that Abu Garcia so special is how easy they are to open up and rebuild. And the parts, I mean, you can go on eBay. There's 100 different people selling parts for Abu Garcia reels. You can rebuild this entire reel for like $20, and then you have a brand new reel all over again. And the fact of the matter is, if you maintenance them, I hope you do, Ricky. I would really, really like to see a 40 come out of Lake Lanier again. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like you got that 33 out of Lanier this year, and Alex got a 30 plus. I don't know of any other 30 pluses, and I don't I only hooked one fish in the last 12 months that I feel was like a 30-pound plus caliber fish, and that was back in May. That fish almost spooled us. You know how, and it's not often you get a fish that almost spools you. And it wasn't a foul hooked fish because I could feel the head shakes, and it was a big fish. But that was the only like 30 plus caliber fish that I hooked into with or without customers on the boat. And I mean, I put in a lot of hours on the lake this year. Um, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully things get back to where they're supposed to be, but I have my doubts. Because last year we were catching a bunch of 32-inch fish, and this year we should be seeing a ton of 34-inch fish, and we're not. But I mean, heck, if this is where we get, and this is what Lake Lanier is going to be from here on out, I'll be okay with it. It's better than it was when we first crashed. Customers seem to like it. I still have fun. As long as we got some 10-pound fish, I'm happy. All right, time to open up another reel here. It just seems like that we're at that spot now where, kind of like Lake Murray, where we get to a certain size and they just fall off the map. And I don't think that's just because of gill maggots, because the gill maggots are up in Tennessee and they still produce big fish. I think it's a bunch of other factors. The age of the lake, for one. I think we're starting to cross into that period of a lake where it starts to the production of the lake starts to go down. As far as top end size go. I mean, look, it happens at every lake. Look at Lake Castaic and all these other places that used to pump out big 20+ pound bass back in the 90s. They don't pump out 20-pound bass anymore. All the same forage species are there. Nothing's changed as far as the way they manage the lakes. It's just the lakes have aged, and as lakes age, they don't produce the bigger fish anymore. They're not as fertile as they once were, and so forth and so forth. Hopefully, I can get my butt off the couch and go fishing. Kind of wish I'd seen it coming. I would have made bigger plans to go bigger. Maybe I would have just spent the whole weekend up in Tennessee and turned it into like a 2-part trip. Maybe did like catfishing trip or fish during the morning for stripers. Went back to the hotel and loaded up for catfish for the evening. Fished a few hours at night, then caught the morning bite. That's why I like. I like going up to Tennessee and just fishing for everything. If it wasn't for that, I'd be in Tennessee. But I promised my wife that we'd stay in Georgia as long as her parents are still walking this earth. So here I am, still in Georgia. But yeah, to anybody who's tuning in to see who won the rod and reel, it was Knives Works who won the rod and reel. I've commented on your post on my video, and I'm giving you 72 hours from the time of posting to get back to me, so I can tell you where to find your, tell you where to give me your address and all that stuff, so you're not posting it publicly. I get over 1,000. Oops, sorry, people. Looking for homeboy here. Do his first. Yeah. So he's not commented back yet. I don't know if you're still there, Ricky. Are you fishing this weekend or no? Want to take a ride? Want to go fishing? I was thinking about doing a veterans trip giveaway. I haven't done one of those in a while. But if I like to do a little more time, that I could vet the people that would come on the trip, because a lot of times I get people that comment on the veterans trips who aren't really, disabled veterans. Going tomorrow night, you going throwing bombers? That's highly uncharacteristic of you, sir. Why isn't this reel coming apart? What's going on here? Yo. New moon. Yeah, true. Wow. For some reason, this reel's like frozen together here. Haha, got it. Well, that's kind of like what I'm thinking about going over there to the middle brother on the Savannah River chain. There is the what is going on here? Did they add a new feature to these reels that I don't know about? This is wild. That's some place that I need to get back to is Clark's Hill. I've only fished Clark's Hill like two or three times, and I've done really well every time I fished there, and I've had a lot of fun on that lake. Now, I have not went there and caught any giant stripers, but I went there and caught the snot out of some hybrids. Yeah, I fished it about 10, 12 years ago. There was a certain video that popped up on YouTube, and me and my brother, we got a wild hair up our asses to go fish it. And we went there, geared for bear, and all we caught were hybrids. And he was not amused. He's not a fan of catching smaller fish. He's all about the big fish, the ego fish. And I went back there last year, and my fuel pump died while I was there, and I wound up just plowing through herring just nonstop. Man, I ran into a big school of hybrids up there by was it Pistol Creek or whatever it was, and it was just nonstop hybrids, and that was a lot of fun. The problem was I was kind of over geared for them. I would take off the side plate, but that reel's still plenty oiled. Oil that up there. Make sure the clicker's working good. Grease this up. I'm back to Clarksville tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till springtime. I'll go back to Clarksville if I can get an opening from Jeff. Since I started guiding for Jeff Blair, it's my free time has really went out the window, man. That's why. I guess you could say I'm part time still. I mean, I usually guide 2 to 4 days a week, which is more than some guys who call themselves full time do. But I really need to go full time because I'm still working a couple days a week at the current employer that I've had for the last 10 years off and on. But the whole guiding thing, man, has really affected my fishing. I don't get to fish anymore, and I really one of the biggest reasons why I didn't want to start guiding again. Even I used to do it like sparingly here and there, like undercover kind of DL type situation. Um, One of the things that shied away from guiding is because I didn't want it to turn into a job. And I don't know anybody who's been guiding for more than a couple years that still goes out there and fishes when they have free time. You know, um, a lot of guys get burned out on it. And I don't want to mention any names, but a lot of people that I talk to that have been doing it for a long time are burnt out on guiding, and I can easily see how that happens because there were times this summer where honestly I didn't want to get up and go. I'm just like I don't want to do it no more, man. I've been out there, working 4 days a week, and then I'm out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday every week, and then I was taking some weekdays off to go out there. But if I knew I had a big charter that was paying well, I would take the day off and go do it. And man, that's 7 days of work, 7 days of nonstop fishing on the lake, getting beat up by the waves in the sun every day, man. It gets rough, really rough. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's for me or not. I mean, I'm gonna keep doing it. I promised myself I'd give it a couple years. I'm really grateful to Jeff Blair for bringing me on board, but that was kind of my original plan from the start. It was a talk that I had with a friend of mine named Alex Vasquez about coming on board as their third boat. At the time it was just Alex and Jeff, and ooh, man, look at that. That is sweet. All right, man, that's smooth, smooth. Yeah, I've actually got a bunch of reel parts coming in soon. I got all new pawl gears and plastic spool and level line gears coming in. Got a couple thousand, 3,000 yard spools of Suffolk 17-pound test mono coming in. Yeah, it's time to tear everything down and start over. Oh shit! I forgot to put some screws in the side of my reel. Where'd that one go? Come here, you. Look, there was a bunch of screws sitting there. Like, oops, what reel did those come out of? Whoopsie. Dadgummit, man. Well, Ricky, I think you do actually have my number, man. If you decide not to go fishing, you change your mind, man, give me a holler. I got everything covered. You don't have to give me any money if you want to take a ride. Like I said, I think I might go fish for 2 or 3 hours in the evening, and then stay a couple hours after, and fish it at night. Last year, I fished it at night several times, man. And it was, if you close your eyes and like drifted off, you can imagine that you were back on Lanier back in like 2012, 2013 again, man, and with that really hot topwater that we used to have at night back in those days in the springtime. Yeah, they were going, man. They were. I haven't heard blowups all night long that aggressively in years, and unfortunately, that night that I was there and they were doing that, I didn't have any of my artificial stuff with me. I was cut baiting of all things. And I came back the next night and they were not moving like that. I mean, we still caught a lot of fish, but what's up, man? Danny, when are we gonna do a striper podcast, man? I ain't heard from you in a while. You know? Yeah, I mean, if anything, we'll go there and do it all at night. I just need to go fishing. You know, I got a window. I got 3 days to fish, man. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm supposed to be on Jeremy Mullinex's podcast this month. I'm bringing Tate Watkins with me of Tate Watkins Guide Service. He's the youngest guide on Lake Lanier by a pretty good clip. So, well, yeah, it's obviously better when it's generating, David. But I mean, you go when you can go. You know what I mean? I know they don't generate on the weekends, but I gotta go. I got a window to fish, and I'm gonna take it. You know, it's been it's been kind of depressing not being able to fish. You know, I mean, it's fun taking people out. And it's fun being on the lake every day. But man, I need to. Yeah, I think it's the 25th or 26th, Danny. Check it out. We'll be on there. We'll be talking some smack. Give you a shout out for sure. Um, that's where I'm going, David. Shh, be quiet. That's where I plan to go. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna dry bait and then fish at night or just go there and fish at night. Who knows? I might just go fish at night. I might just chill out Saturday and just hang out and then just take off at like 5, 6 o'clock. I mean, I'm a good striper fisherman all around, but I'm known for night fishing and I'm really good at night fishing. I mean, I guess that's a little bit conceited to say or self-absorbed, but I know I'm pretty good at night fishing. You know, I've only done it, tens of thousands of hours at night. Just what I do. But yeah, I might just go all together at night. I don't know. 10 whole people on this last year. Look at me knocking it down, man, with 10 people. Look out, Mr. Beast, man. Yeah, I know. I want to go catfishing this winter. I don't really want to go catfishing right now. I'm trying to stay in striper mode. I don't know. I just want to get away from Lanier for a day. I was actually thinking of going to Alatoona. Alatoona, I would arguably say, has been producing bigger fish than Lanier over the last few months, over the last year or so. Um, I've seen a lot of high 20, low 30 pound fish come out of Alatoona by several different guides. It's worth a shot. I've never fished Alatoona. Alatoona, I'm trying to think of all the lakes that I fished in Georgia that have stripers, and I fished a good portion of them. And I don't really, the hybrids don't do a whole lot for me, David. They just don't. Um, I caught a state record hybrid in New Jersey one time, and we actually caught it out of season. I wasn't even supposed to be fishing for them, but we used to fish for stripers. The season was closed from December 31st to I think April something or another, March 31st, something along those lines. And we had actually caught it down at the power plant in Trenton, and I got it on the shore, and it was like a 22 pound hybrid, something like that. It was like I obliterated the New Jersey state record with it. I didn't know it at the time that it was a hybrid. The guy that I was fishing with, the guy who actually taught me how to striper fish, old retired guy named Dickie, firefighter. He's like, that's a hybrid, and I'm like, I'd never caught a hybrid before that. Well, actually, no, I did, but they were little, and I'm looking at it, and he's like, no, he's like, look at the body on that thing. That's a hybrid. And we're looking at it, and like the broken in the eyes and everything, it's like, holy crap, you're right, that is a hybrid. And we weighed it, and it was massive, and it wasn't all that far off of the world record either. But unfortunately, it was out of season. I had to let it go. that hybrid was caught out of season. New Jersey doesn't discriminate between. Sorry, I'm still itchy. I haven't hopped in the shower after work yet. But they New Jersey doesn't discriminate between hybrids and stripers for the closed season. Stripers, hybrids, everything. It's closed, and we had to let it go. But I don't know. I was very disappointed about that. But that was the only stripe hybrid that I ever got like wound up for. But I mean, if they were all like that, hell yeah, I'd love to fish for them. But I don't know. It's just they don't do it for me really. I did catch a couple 10 pounders this last year on Russell. They were cool. They fought pretty good. But I mean, seriously, a 10 pounder when you're geared up for 30 pound stripers isn't. It doesn't really like get the blood flowing. Like, oh my god, this is a huge fish. You don't even realize it's a hybrid until you get it up the surface. You're like, oh, it's a hybrid. It's a big hybrid, but it's a hybrid. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else I got to do. I think all my reels are done. I think I go to bed. I got to get up at 4 in the morning. No, I don't have to get up at 4 in the morning. I have to be at work by 4 in the morning. This is gonna be the first day I've worked a Friday for the company I work for like a year. I figured I didn't have a trip. I may as well. They've been kind of sweating me to work Fridays, so I was like, all right, fine. You get me on Friday, but I'm coming in at 4 and I'm leaving early. It's like, nah, whatever, man. We need you. I'm like, all right, I'll be there. I'm not staying, but I'll be there. Yeah, I remember a lot of guys were, pushing for hybrids to get stocked in Lake Lanier. I wasn't a fan of it. I looked at Alatuna and I'm like, man, I was like, I don't want to buy, 5, 6 dozen herring and run out of bait at 8 o'clock catching 2 pound, 14, 12 to 14 inch hybrids, and get run over by a school of them. I don't know. I didn't like that way, so what am I gonna have to do? Downsize majorly to catch fish, to have fun with them, and then when a big striper does come, we get our asses handed to us every time. I don't know. I didn't like the feel of it. Now, if I knew we can grow in like Carter's Lake, I'd say hell yeah, put them in there. 10 to 14 pound hybrids and some better numbers of fish that are more aggressive. I'd be all for it. But I would have to I would like to see what Lanier could do with a hybrid, top end size wise before we jumped into that. I don't know. I know that's an unpopular opinion. A lot of guys want hybrids in the lake. I guess now that I guide more, I would be more open to it. But nah, I don't know. Still doesn't light my fire. It's not one of those things that I get super enthusiastic about when I hear about the whole guys talking about getting hybrids in Lanier. But I remember the DNRs flat out said several times, like, we are never going to put hybrids in Lake Lanier. So stop asking. Don't even worry about it. It's not going to happen. So we'll see if they stick to their guns. I imagine at some point Lake Lanier might have issues, you know, holding and producing big stripers to where it might become something to talk about down the line. But, as of right now, I don't want to see them. But yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, Knives Works. You want a rod and reel? Get back to me. Comment on YouTube so I can send you to the information on where to go to give me your address. I gotta go to bed, man. I'm tired already, and I gotta get up at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I like to get up like an hour and a half, 2 hours before I go to work because I don't like waking up at work. I like to be awake and cognitive before I even get on the road. So yeah, I gotta get up butt ugly early in the morning, and I am not looking forward to that, man, at all. Let me take these stupid things off. Wow, I can't see it all. Whoa. I can still read the writing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will go to Alatuna. I don't know. Choices. A lot of times I'll start throwing crap at the wall and see what sticks, and then I don't know where I'm going until I leave that morning. That's the last couple of road trips I took. I've left my house with the boat loaded up, and I didn't even know where I was going until I just started pointing the right direction. No, I'm not going to be the first person. I'm not going to be at the bait shop at all tomorrow. I haven't even been the first person at the bait shop lately. This is the time of year that I actually like, where I don't have to be, where I can tell customers to meet me at 8 o'clock. And they open at 5:30. I still got a couple hours. I can go after the main rush in the morning. I can still get my Chick-fil-A in. That's all going to end next week, though, because the time is going back. I like the time getting kicked back the other way because I get an extra hour of sleep, all that stuff. It gives me extra hour of night fishing. but it means I have to get up earlier and I have to get out there earlier and get the customers on the boat earlier. So that sunrise has been at like 7:45, 7:50 ish now. So now I'm gonna have them meet me at 6:50 to get the sunrise bite. And to me, that's one of my favorite things about being a guy is watching that sunrise. That's like the best thing there is about it. Getting to see that sunrise every morning. That's probably one of the biggest perks of the job. Just being out there, having that freedom feeling like, this is the life right here. And then fishing sucks and you got to grind it out just to catch four or five. But, but the morning's great till that happens. But yeah, best time to be fishing. Not lately. Well, I mean, the last couple of days maybe, but last week the best time to be fishing was the afternoon. Fished all morning several times just to find a really good bite from 12 to 3 o'clock. It sucks because every time I tell a customer to move it to the afternoon bite winds up flipping back the other way, and then I wind up eating my words and regret my decision. It happened several times back in the summer where fishing was slow, and we stayed out and had a decent afternoon bite. And I called Jeff and said, "Hey, I'm going to move this customer over to the afternoon. You cool with that? Hey man, do it how you want it." And then I would move the customer to the afternoon. He would go out in the morning and he would absolutely murder them, get like 14, 17 stripers. And we would go out in the afternoon and catch like 3 or 4 stripers. And it's like, damn it. But, the mornings leading up to that trip, it was like 3 or 4 stripers. And then the afternoon was 17. But I just had that kind of uncanny luck. Whenever I make a judgment call on something like that, it always comes back to bite me in the ass. So I don't know. I'm gonna be curious to see how the weekend bite picks up this weekend on Lake Lanier. It looks like the morning bite has finally started producing. Still weird though, man. It's still mostly downlines. Even the few people that have been out this week talking to them, it's been downlines, downlines, downlines. 1 or 2 fish here and there on flat lines in the back of flat and places like that. But as far as those fish out over open water, they're still 60, 70 foot down, and biting weird. Like, okay, last Friday we went out. I was downlining shiners 65 foot down over 125 foot over the river channel. And that's what was working. I had herring down there and they wouldn't touch them. I put shiners down there and bam, bam, bam. So I don't know. It makes me wonder if maybe the herring population is on the decline again, because they are cyclical like that. Talking to the guy over at Hartwell Outdoor Center, he says that what I think he said like every 3 to 5 years, like the herring population takes a dip and like not a total crash, but they fall off and the numbers go way down and the size goes down and then then they build back up to their max capacity and then they drop again. And I wonder if Lake Lanier is in that drop period again. I don't know. It's just a theory because like I said, I always equate the fish that are over the main river channel to fish that are eating herring, and fish in the back of the creeks are the fish that are eating thread fins and smaller baits and spot tails and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. This year, those fish out over the river channel, they're staying way deep. They're not coming up to the surface too much. I mean, and when they do, they're only up for a little while. I know the other day there was a decent morning bite. I drove right over a big school the other day. I was actually on my way to go check an area, and I turned the boat. I was just wild hair up my ass, and I went to make a left. And as soon as I turned the boat left, man, like a whole acre of stripers came up, and I drove right through the middle. And there was nothing I could do to avoid them. And it was, I killed them, sent them down, scared. I killed that bite, sent them down. They scattered, and that was the end of that. But I think something pretty cool was about to happen. But that's it. I mean, it's been very little afternoon activity. Usually, you can go out in the evenings this time of year and just sit out like over the river channel, south of Brown's Bridge, and just keep an eye out on the surface. You get some binoculars and keep looking at the horizon and watching the water. You'll see them come up, but it's not been happening too much this year, and I'm wondering if it has to do with the herring maybe declining a little bit again. But if it is, they'll rebound pretty quick. But what's up, Ronnie? What's going on, brother man? I gave the rod and reel away. You didn't win it. A guy named Knives Works won it. I think we're actually friends on Facebook. I think I've seen that pop up before on Facebook on one of my friends, about sections. I think I've seen it before. So we'll see. He's got 72 hours to get back to me, and if he doesn't get back to me, I'm going to raffle it off again. So stick around. You still might win it. Who knows? Who knows? It's a wide world of possibilities out there, Rodney. Man, you can see my face is all red. I need to go to bed. I got to get up at 3. Nice setup, though. I know. I'm kind of curious about it. I messed with the reel a little bit. I might get 1 or 2 of them just to try them out. Um, the only thing that scares me about them, there's a lot of plastic on them. But I mean, I don't mean nothing. Today's plastics can be really tough or they can be really cheap. Depends on how the Chinaman was feeling that day. But the plastics of today are not the plastics of the '80s and the '90s. So, but it looks like a nice reel. I might have to get one or two. We'll try them out. That's what I've actually been sitting here doing for the last hour and a half, Ronnie. I've been tearing open all my abus and cleaning them up, and uh, well, the minnow bite's good this time of year too, David. Like I said, 7 of the 8 stripers that we got on Friday were all on small shiners, and a lot of the fish that I've caught lately have been on small shiners. Well, I say small, but the mediums, the medium, the large. I like that size that's in between like the large and the mediums. I call them mediums because they're not the big gnarly shiners, and they're not the little tiny ones. They're like the nice the middle ones. Those middle ones are chef's kiss. I love them, but I have to buy a ton of them just to pick those little ones out of there, and then I get stuck with all these ones I don't want that are in my bait tank here at the house. I probably got, I don't know, 4 dozen shiners in my tank at home, but none of them are the size that I like. So I keep building up these shiners in the tank. One day I'm just going to have to go out with them and burn them all up. But yeah, all my rods and reels are ready to go, man. The only thing I got to do is I got a 3,000 yard spool coming of some Suffolk's Elite, which is what I use for my mono. So I guess when that gets here, I'm going to spool everything all up. But I don't know. I was gonna start ripping the line off of all of them, but if the spool doesn't show up before next weekend, I'm kind of screwed. Then I have to run out and buy a whole bunch of line when I have line coming. But yeah, what time it be? It be 7:50. So I've been on here for 40 minutes. I guess we'll go to 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here. But yes, one last time, everybody. Knives Works, Wonder Rod and Reel. Let's see. Has he commented back yet? No, he has not. It commented 32 minutes ago. You'd think the guy would be waiting with bated breath for this rod and reel. What is he doing, man? People. I'm giving away $100 crap here, man. But yeah. So yeah, if he doesn't get back to me, within a timely manner, I'll raffle it off again. I'll take him. I'll take him off the list that way I don't win again. I wanted to do the raffle on the phone live on the computer while I was sitting here, but apparently, my computer led me to believe that everything was all set to go. And then when it was time to go live, it just kind of kept saying not connected, not connected. It didn't give me the go live function. So apparently, there's some plug-in or some crap missing here. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm tired, man. I gotta go to bed. Where you going to Tennessee? What part? What part of Tennessee are you going to? Yeah, wish I can get out there. Think I'll go on Tuesday. Yeah, it should be pretty good on Tuesday. Let's see what the Gainesville weather is looking like. Gainesville, Chattanooga. No crap. Buddy of mine is going to be in Chattanooga catfishing. Asked me if I wanted to go, but he's only got a 17-foot boat, and another buddy of his is going, and I know that's a little bit of a crowd on a 17-foot boat. I don't know, Rodney. Looks like I don't know. To me, it looks about perfect, but Tuesday's supposed to be overcast, a little bit of rain in the morning. That's money right there, son. Wish I was off Tuesday. That looks like a perfect day to go. 44% chance, east-northeast at 8, so the wind's actually going to be somewhat mild for November rainstorm, because a lot of times in November, the rainstorms tend to be windy, but this one's not. Wednesday, the wind actually goes down after the front rolls out. It's going to be 5 miles an hour. Sweet. What is this crap that's pulled up on my computer? Get the hell out of here. They have pop-ups. I can't take off Tuesday. They would crap a chicken if I took a day off work right now. They're so far behind. If I just took a random day off, they would literally. I'd probably get. I don't know. I don't know if I get fired, but I might not get fired now for it, but they would keep that in mind and fire me later for that, but blame it on something else. I'm trying to keep it PG. But yeah, Friday. So all this week, there's actually chances of rain and some winds coming out of the north. So we're gonna have some cooler nights. Hopefully, get that water temperature down. I'd like to see some 65s by Thanksgiving. Water temperature is still way too warm. Man, I put this Chrome plug in today to go live on YouTube, and holy crap, man, there's just so much pop-ups happening. Screw you, Google. Yeah, you too, brother. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna get off here, everybody. I gotta get up at 3 in the morning. I gotta be at work at 4. I'm already toasted. I was taking a nap before the live. As you can see, my eyes are all red. I'm gonna go back to napping. Actually, I'll probably call it. Well, I gotta hop in the shower. Yeah. So it won't be a nap. I gotta take a shower and go to bed. All right, I'll see y'all later. Knives works. You win the rod and reel. Get back to me, or I'm gonna raffle it off. Get back to me. Better get back to me. All right. Take care, y'all.